What's going on, guys? Rob right here, and hadn't had my APBA golf out lately, and I'm getting it out right now because I had a viewer, Pasaprin 101, was asking some questions to me in chat, um, in YouTube chat, and I figured, what the heck, I would show it to him, show him things, and be the easiest way to do things. Okay. Don't forget tonight, 8 o'clock, IDJESTER, ID Jester, on his YouTube site. I will be one of the guests there, along with I think 3 other folks. We'll be discussing the upcoming Major League Baseball season. Okay. Want to find a hole that's pretty easy to discuss and pretty easy to show. So we're going to do number 7 at Metro DC. Okay. All right. See if we can find Pasaprin. See if maybe he'll come by here. If he will, then it'll be real cool. We can get him in here and we can show him how to do something here. Yeah. He's got a couple of questions, and anytime you got questions, it's about as easy just to ask them straight up in person as it is to ask in chat. Because when you start asking how exactly do you play, then I don't know whether you want to start from right at the beginning, or how do you want to just measure things. Okay, that's totally different as well. Okay. And I will show you how I do it. You can do it any kind of way you feel's right, but I have done mine by the measuring charts in the past, and or by other folks' charts, and actually my mathematics was pretty good here. So I will show you how I do it, and then you can work it out, okay, and decide how you want to do it. All right. First off, all right, let's say the flag is at number 3. Let's say the flag's at the 3rd location and the ball is at the 4th location, and you got to hit it here. Okay. Normally each block is 15 feet. Okay. So, or 5 yards. Okay. So let's say we were going from what's that? 3 to 1? No, 5 to 1. Let's say we were going to from number 5 to number 1. Here's 5. There's 15. There's 30. That's 45 feet from 5 to 1. Okay, that's pretty easy to determine. But when you start going diagonals, I've heard different people say go this way, this way, this way, this way, and all this. I go a straight diagonal. Okay, and that's as a straight diagonal as you can get. And I call it, let's see if I can get a pencil. Maybe I can find myself a pencil here. Here's one. Here we go. All right. If I had a chart, I call from here to right there 20 feet. Okay. Then you'd go from here to there is 20 more feet. Then from here to here, 20 more. I would call that a 60-foot putt. That's a 60-footer in my book. Okay. 60 foot. All right. Now, all putts don't end up being that perfect to where you can just lay it out like that. Sometimes they're more like, well, that would have been a perfect turn. Let's see. All right. Sometimes they're like this. All right. The flag's at number 2. Okay. The flag is at number 2, but that's not a perfect way to go. How do we do it? All right. The longest way possible, I call it 15, 15, 15, 15. Then the short trip across, I add 5 each block. I'll show you. All right, let's go right here. We'd start here. Here's a flag stick. 15, 30, 45, 60. That's a line for it. 65, 70. That's what I call a 70 footer right there. Okay. It's clearly longer than a 60 footer. And if you measure it right there, you know, you'll see. See, that would be a 60 footer right there. And it's just a little bit longer. I call that a 70 footer. Yeah. 15, 30, 45, 60, 65, 70. That's the way I do that. Now, I think you also had a question about how do you do things in the fairway. All right. Let's show you one a little as big a fairway as I can find here. These damn fairways here are so minimal, so hard to hit, and they really are. All right. Dog legs, you have to kind of just, scoop it the way you possibly, the best you possibly can, I think. All right. Let's call, what the hell? Let's say it was a big old long drive by, I don't know. We'll just say it was a long drive right there. You see that black dot right there, okay? The drive's coming. Let's see. The green's this way, right? Is that the green? Yeah. So he is blocked by a tree a little bit, but he's not in the trees. But the tee shot came this way. All right. How do I get it to where he's going to shoot this ball to that hole right there? All right. This is the way I do it. I go 3 squares directly horizontal and 1 back. Okay? And I work my way all the way to the middle right here. And I always shoot from the middle. So if that means he has to go back 15 yards, that's so be it. Now, never forget, he is still in the rough shooting it from right here. Okay? But it gives you more of a target as to which way you can shoot it because it'd be very, very difficult. It would take you days to start counting up 15s and 20s and 20s and 20s and all that stuff to go that way to hit it right here in the middle of the fairway. But if you put it back, if you get it all the way back, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Now, let's say you go 3, 1, 3, 1, and you're only 1 away. I would go 1 over and 1 back. I always end on 1 going back, even if it's 1, 2, or 3. So chances are you'd be along in here somewhere hitting the second shot, somewhere along in there, hitting the second shot from the rough, So always, that's the way I count it, okay? But I would count that from the rough. He's not in the trees totally. And you know nowadays how these guys can shoot. Plus, the tree, chances are the branches and all are so high up there, who knows? It may be just one tree that's 5 feet around or whatever. You could hit around it. So you're not in the trees, you're not clumped up, but you are far enough in the rough you need to get over. Now, if you were in the trees, first off, you have to hit it back out into the fairway. And there's a chart for that as well. And if you have the game, if you don't have the game, you'll learn real quick. This book right here is a hell of a book. I mean, it is a big one. It is a big one. And it shows you like, okay, tree lies, all that stuff. I mean, I'm not a small man. I'm a pretty big guy. And this thing can make it fills my whole shirt up. I mean, this is a hell of a book right here. So, APBA comes out with some good products. I've always downed their customer service because I think their customer service does suck. But as far as having good products, I've never downed them about that. So if you are watching this, if you have watched it, if you have another question, come right to me in chat and hit me up, and I will show you more if I need to, but that's the way I measure the feet on the greens and also how I get back into the fairway. 1, 2, 3 diagonal squares. I mean, not diagonal. 1, 2, 3 horizontal squares, one back. 1, 2, 3 horizontal squares, one back. That's the way I do it all the time. And I've always done it. I've done it that way since I've had the game, and it's worked out well for me. It's not been a bad situation. Welcome, whoever's in chat here. Don't be shy. You say hi to me if you care to. Also, hit the thumbs up button, and also subscribe to my channel if you get the chance to. And I scared somebody off. They hadn't seen me without a hat lately, I guess. But don't forget, Red, White, and Blue Racing tomorrow night, 7 Eastern time, folks. 7 Eastern. If you get to my channel at 6:30, there's a good chance you will be watching qualifying. Qualifying will probably take place 6:45, 6:50, something like that. 20-car lineup. We're going to go with 1 through 7 top group, 8 through 20 back group, 1, 2, 3 top group, 4, 5, 6 back group with no duels. We're going to try it that way. We're going to see what happens. We got a 15 race schedule coming up for you. Tomorrow night's race at where the hell? Wall Stadium Speedway. Yeah, Wall Stadium Speedway. 2 TV chances on the card. So if somebody is lucky enough to get to become a TV driver, they're going to have one heck of a chance to win that race tomorrow night. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a lot of things have got to happen yet. 3 hours from now, ID Jester's channel will be on there, and we'll be talking about baseball, who's going to win, who's going to lose, and who were the losers in free agency and who were the winners in free agency. Also, some injuries, all sorts of stuff. So, catch that channel as quick as possible tonight. Be one of the first people in there and hit the thumbs up button for me and hit the thumbs up button for ID Jester as well. All right. Until I see you again, folks, play more APBA golf, play more Red, White, and Blue racing, play more new generation plus baseball, face to the mat wrestling, and now I got shootout hockey. So now I got 5 babies on the plate, and got to try to keep everything going. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Red, White, and Blue racing, and we will have the CEO of Play, PLAAY.com, the inventor of the game. He's going to have a car in the race as well. So we'll see how things go. You folks have a great, great evening. Anytime you have a question, pose it to me. And if I can get back to you as soon as possible, I will do it. Have a great one.